That's like getting invited to the greatest dinner party in the world. I loved every minute of that show. That was like going to graduate school. And I will tell you that part of the reason I got asked back was because I was fast. And I was fast because of my time and daytime. And that is the truth. So many people will tell you that when you wrap on a Friday night, they don't say, how was the show? They say, what time did you get out? And I knew how to keep things rolling. I will also tell you that when I first started, the episode, it started in a batting cage. That's what I'm remembering. And it's rehearsal, and you put the show up on its feet, and I say action, and we run through the scene, and we finish, and I say, as I had said every time before on every show I had done, let's do it again. And Kelsey said, Fryman's trying to suck all the comedy out of this. And my response, fortunately, was, does that mean we shouldn't do it again? And he said, we got it. And I'm like, fantastic. I certainly could have reacted a different way, but I didn't cry. I just want you to know. And I just had a rapport with him, and that sort of cemented it, because I understood that on this show, and as we said before, all of these shows are very different. On that particular show, they were so good, they knew what they were doing, and if we marked it, especially when it was a farce, it was different because we had so much going on. But on a regular scene, if you did it once, they kind of got it. And we would move on, and so we did. I don't have a giant ego, I have to say, and I'm very good at hanging back, but I'm also really organized and specific. So it was sort of a good match, and I like to get things done, and they like to get things done. And I also realized quickly when shooting that show, one of the reasons it got to move so fast was because they knew how to stick their landings, boy. And if you did a pass with David Hyde Pierce in a single, he did it. And you could take that camera and go get other coverage the next time. So it was a wildly efficient show to shoot because they were that good. And that's why when they'd ask you what time you got out, you could say early, not because I was doing anything right, but because they were doing everything right.
Tell us about Kelsey Grammer. Tell us about working with him.
He's remarkable. He's so smart and so funny. It was interesting to watch his process because he didn't really learn his lines. I mean, he asked for lines more than any actor in the world, but it was his thing. And you'd be shooting in front of an audience and they would love it and he'd yell out for it and it came to him but he was just born to play that role, and I had a really good seat, and I got to watch him do it. He was really kind and supportive to me, and I let him do what he did and didn't get in the way. And just, I think it was just sort of a great relationship. I could say that about all of them. I mean, David Hyde Pierce is just extraordinary. He's so specific, and he works so hard, and just so smart. John Mahoney, oh my God, John Mahoney. What do you say? He's just a wonder. And I would say the same thing about Perry and about Jane. Everybody embraced this show, and including the people who were on it, not just the viewers. And everybody had great respect for the process. So everybody took the time to really understand what they were doing, to make sure that they didn't get in each other's ways. They were there to just compliment each other and support each other. They would ask, each other's opinions on stuff. It was just beautifully run. And you can imagine how fortunate I am to have been a part of that.
So there's one other cast member we haven't talked about, and there's an adage about working with dogs. Tell us about working with the dogs that played Eddie.
He was a very well-trained, well-behaved dog, I have to say, with one of the great trainers of all time. Yeah, I had to work with him quite a bit on my episodes, but are you kidding me? That's a dog who took direction. So it was a breeze.